Good morning. Today is Friday, and we've been putting in the work this week. I am so proud of each of you for courageously concentrating every day on each of your assignments. We are going to end this week on a fantastic note. Let's get started with the morning announcements.
Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Bobcat information. Bobcats are powerful. I think positively. I take ownership of my actions. I make wise choices. I am excited about new learning. I will reach my goals. I forgive others and myself. I am understanding of differences. I am a leader. I am a Bobcat. You may be seated for a moment of silence. This has been Julius from Miss Carol's class. Remember, at Scenic Hills Elementary School, every student counts and every moment matters. Stay tuned for the Bobcat broadcast. Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Bobcat information. Bobcats are powerful. I think positively. I take ownership of my actions. I make wise choices. I am excited about new learning. I will reach my goals. I forgive others and myself. I am understanding of differences. I am a leader. I am a Bobcat. You may be seated for a moment of silence. This has been Julius from Miss Carol's class. Remember, at Scenic Hills Elementary School, every student counts and every moment matters. Stay tuned for the Bobcat broadcast.
Now, every day, all of the Bobcats within our Scenic Hills School should strive to display our foundational values. In order to do this, you must think about the 3R approach, which is to be respectful, be responsible, and to always be ready to learn. In today's classroom spotlight, we are shining a light on our grade K scholars, specifically the scholars in Miss Dickens' class. When we visited their class this week, not only were they able to produce numbers and tell you about the base 10 place value, the teacher Miss Dickens couldn't even get the words out, the academic vocabulary words out before the scholars were giving her the definition. She was trying to ask them about compose. They were telling her before she could even finish the word that it meant to put together or form. When she talked about decompose, they were defining decompose. They were defining demonstrate. They know this academic vocabulary. And this doesn't just happen in Miss Dickens' class. We see this all over the building, but especially our grade K students who can't read all these big words, but they read. They are reading these words. They can tell you what it means. They can break down their PBO like you just have never seen. So this week, this day, they are getting spotlighted for showing our foundational value of being ready to learn. That it is the best example of what it means to be ready to learn. We are so proud of you. You are definitely all brilliant Bobcats. Keep up the great work. Today, scholars, let me let you in on a secret. There is one of our Bobcat staff who didn't want us to know that their birthday was this week. On Tuesday of this week, Miss Wheeler, our financial secretary, celebrated her birthday. Do you know that she didn't want us to know that it was her birthday? I don't know why she didn't want us to shout out and tell her happy birthday all day. So, scholars and teachers, I am asking that today we make her some cards, we make her a poster, we just call her down to the room at different times of the day so that we can sing and tell her happy birthday, because she does so much for us at the school. The attendance bash that we are having today, she planned it all. She is always thinking of fun ways for us to celebrate. So we have to make her feel as special as she makes us feel each and every day. So I know that you can do this. I know that we can do this, but don't tell her that we are going to surprise her and wish her happy birthday. In our Students in the Spotlight, today we are spotlighting some of our grade 5 scholars who were caught being ready to learn. When I tell you that they were ready, they were so ready that almost every person in this space had a perfect score. A perfect score. On their paper, if you look real close, you'll see the purple dots. The purple dots, that means they got each one of those questions correct. Now, I'm sure that when I left out of that space, some of them only had like 2 or 3 questions to go, but they had gotten a perfect score on every single question. This is what it looks like when you are ready to learn, when you are showing what you know. They are Brilliant Bobcats. So today we want to we want to tell you how awesome you are, and we're going to name you specifically. So we want to congratulate our students in the spotlight today: Kavion Fleming, Princeton Stringfellow, Antonio Irby, Mila Adams, Terriana Campbell, Kaylee Fortney, Kamaria Grant, Emily Davis, and Kyrian Wright. Thank you for being ready to learn, and we know that you will be ready to take your 10 Ready test in 13 days. Now, scholars, when we pull these scholars out for tutoring, it gives you your own tutoring session inside of the classroom, because we are pulling out about half of the class. So just because you are not in these specific tutoring sessions, you are getting your small group tutoring inside of your classroom, because we are cutting the class size down so that your teachers can spend a little bit more quality time with you. So each and every time we pull some students out of your space, you should be excited, because that means that your teacher has that much more time to spend making sure that you understand your work so that you can be ready for the 10 Ready test. Then we're going to take that TCAP test, that end of the year test, that test where you show what you know, that last chance you have during the school year to prove that you are a brilliant Bobcat. We have 13 days. We got to be ready. Make sure that you are courageously concentrating. You are tenaciously persevering, that you are not keeping your classmates from being able to learn, because we want to show everyone just how brilliant every Bobcat is at the Hill. I can't wait to spotlight each of you.
3GC Literacy Pledge. I promise to read each day and each night. I know it's the key to grow up right. I read to myself, I read to the crowd. It makes no difference if silent or loud. I read at my desk, at home, and at school, on a beanbag or bed, by a fire or pool. Each book that I read puts smarts in my head, because rain grows more thoughts, the more they are fed. Come rain or come shine, snow, wind, or sleet, each day of the week, reading's a treat. So I take this pledge to make reading my way, of feeding my brain what it needs every day. By Deborah Angus.
Scholars, I am so excited about today. Not only am I excited because for the majority of scholars in the building, we will be able to pass out your new wristbands, because we are just about done with the Mastery Connect assessments. So, get ready. I want you, remember our goal is to have these wristbands going all up and down your arm so you can show just how many times you have shown us that you were a brilliant Bobcat, that you were a rising star, that you were inducted into the Double-Digit Scholar Academic Club. That's what we want. You also can get your wristbands, because do you know that next week is report card day? So we'll also be getting wristbands for citizenship. We'll be getting wristbands for VIP students. We will be getting wristbands for honor roll. We'll get wristbands for principals list. Yeah, you should have them all up and down, all on both arms. You should just be holding your arms out like these scholars on the screen saying, bam, here it is. Guess how many wristbands I have. I can't wait. We might need to have a wristband day, maybe next Friday. Have wristband day, and we can all wear our wristbands so we can see how many we have. I think that next Friday, I think we might need to have a wristband day. By then, we'll be able to have all of the rest of them. Our honor roll, principal list. We should be able to get all of our wristbands in. Next Friday. I'm thinking maybe next Friday, if not definitely the Friday after that. We should all be able to have our wristband day. But as we get ready for this day, don't forget we're having that theme day next week. Make sure you tell your parents that we are all wearing something orange, because we are honoring multiple sclerosis, and I'll talk to you more about multiple sclerosis on Monday and just why we are honoring this during March Awareness Month, because we need to know about the things that we honor. We do all holidays, and so we're trying to learn as much as we can so that we can always be brilliant. But this last thing, I've been waiting. I have been waiting. We've been waiting for 13 days. 13 days. But today is that day. The day that we have our rock enrollment, our attendance bash. It is today. It will begin around 2 o'clock this afternoon. We will have our attendance bash. Now, teachers, you will get an email that lets you know which ones of your scholars made it into the top 100. We spent some time in the Bobcat store yesterday. putting out a few new goodies. I hope that you were in that top 100 so that you can not only have the food and the fun, but you will have that free reward as well. Today is going to be the best day. Don't get in trouble. You don't want to get in trouble because your only thing you had to do for admission was to make sure that your parents registered you. So today, we went to the store and got a few, Takis. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to spoil it. I'm not even going to tell you. I just want you to know that it's going to be the best day ever. It is that time, scholars, that time where you find out if you have been inducted into our 3 academic clubs. You will find out if you are a rising star, a brilliant bobcat, or a double-digit scholar. Let's find out who we are inducting today. Into our Brilliant Bobcats for grade 4 science, we are inducting Renice Ware. Congratulations, Renice. In grade 4 science, here are our rising stars. Today we are inducting Ryan Almanacid, Caleb Brown, Kalmarion Crutcher, Naima Ivory, Alani Bradford, Kaylee Carter, and Thaddeus Holt. Congratulations to our rising stars in grade 4 science. And our double-digit Bobcats in grade 4 science are Danzig Matthews, Skylar Mitchell, and Miguel Noguera. Congratulations to our grade 4 double-digit Bobcats in science. Now, let's take a look at mathematics. In grade 4 mathematics, we are inducting the following scholars as rising stars. Congratulations, Alani Bradford, Miguel Noguera, and Ranice Ware. And in grade 4 mathematics, we are inducting the following scholar into our double-digit Bobcats. Caleb Brown. Congratulations, Caleb. Great job. Let's take a look at reading language arts. In grade 4 ELA, we are inducting the following scholars as rising stars. Alani Bradford, Caleb Brown, Kalmarion Crutcher, Angel Hunter, Naima Ivory, Thaddeus Holt, Miguel Noguera, Ranice Ware. Congratulations to our grade 4 Brilliant Bobcats, rising stars, and double-digit Bobcats. You may come out of uniform every single day next week. We can't wait to see which of your favorite outfits you are picking.
Welcome to the Teacher's Library. I'm Miss S. Today, we are going to read She Persisted, written by Chelsea Clinton and illustrated by Alexandra Bogger. Sometimes, being a girl isn't easy. At some point, someone probably will tell you no, will tell you to be quiet, and may even tell you your dreams are impossible. Don't listen to them. These 13 American women certainly did not take no for an answer. They persisted. Harriet Tubman was born a slave, and her story could have ended there. Instead, she persisted, escaping from slavery and becoming the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad. She risked her life many times to lead countless slaves to freedom, including her family, friends, and strangers. Every person she led to freedom arrived safely. I should fight for my liberty as long as my strength lasted. Once Helen Keller became blind and deaf as a toddler, few people thought she'd be able to learn to read, write, or speak. But she persisted. Helen learned how to do all three and not only became the first person with deaf blindness to graduate from college, but she used her story to help fight for more opportunities for people with disabilities in the United States and around the world. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. After her family fled poverty and the threat of violence in Ukraine for a new home in New York City, Clara Lemlich got a job working at a garment factory. She wrote that the factory's conditions made women into machines, and so she persisted, organizing picket lines and strikes that ultimately helped win better pay, shorter hours, and safer working conditions for thousands of workers, both women and men. I am one of those who suffers from the abuses described here, and I move that we go on a general strike. Nellie Bly became a reporter in part because a male writer had said that working women were a monstrosity, and she wanted to prove that women could do anything. At times, putting her safety at risk, she persisted throughout her career in exposing real monstrosities, pretending to be a sweatshop worker and a patient in a mental hospital to show how badly people were being treated. I have never written a word that did not come from my heart, and I never shall. Inspired from an early age by her brother's childhood illnesses, Virginia Apgar was determined to be a doctor, long before many girls had such dreams. Even though she qualified to be a surgeon, the male head surgeon at her hospital discouraged her because she was a woman. Nevertheless, she persisted, becoming an anesthesiologist and creating the Apgar score to test a newborn baby's health, which hospitals all over the world still use today. Nobody but nobody is going to stop breathing on me. After Maria Telchi's family moved to California, partly to support Maria's dreams of becoming a dancer, she was teased by students in her school for her Native American heritage, and later was encouraged to change her last name to sound something Russian, since many professional dancers at the time were from Russia. She persisted, ignoring all the taunting and poor advice, to become the first great American prima ballerina. It never occurred to me to say, "It hurts to do that." As a 15-year-old riding a bus home from school in Montgomery, Alabama, Claudette Colvin was expected to give her seat to a white woman just because she was African American. In her refusal to get up, she persisted in taking a stand for what's right, helping to inspire Rosa Parks to make the same choice 9 months later, an act many point to as starting the modern civil rights movement. I knew then, and I know now, that when it comes to justice, there is no easy way to get it. You can't sugarcoat it. You have to take a stand and say, "This is not right." When Ruby Bridges was in kindergarten, many schools across America, particularly in the South, still refused African American students their equal rights to an education. Ruby wouldn't be treated like a second-class student, and she persisted, walking for weeks past angry, hateful protesters to integrate an all-white elementary school in New Orleans. That fateful walk to school began a journey, and we all must work together to continue moving forward. As the first woman to serve as both a U.S. representative and a U.S. senator, Margaret Chase Smith could have let that fact alone be her legacy. Instead, she persisted in championing women's rights and more opportunities for women in the military, standing up for free speech and supporting space exploration. The head of NASA once noted that we wouldn't have put a man on the moon without Margaret. The right way is not always the popular and easy way. Standing for right when it is unpopular is a true test of moral character. Sally Ride always believed women could succeed in any math or science career. Although not everyone agreed, she persisted, and she became the first American woman in space. But that wasn't enough for Sally. She traveled into space once more, and then created science and engineering programs specifically for girls so she could help generations of young women achieve their dreams too, both on Earth and in outer space. Young girls need to see role models in whatever careers they may choose, just so they can picture themselves doing those jobs someday. You can't be what you can't see. When as a kid, Florence Griffith Joyner visited her father in the Mojave Desert, he would urge her to run faster and faster, to run as fast as a jackrabbit. Even when she had to leave college to help support her family, she persisted in her training on the track, then went back to school and got faster and faster. Her unbroken world records in the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints set at the 1988 Summer Olympics mean she is still the fastest woman ever. When anyone tells me I can't do anything, I'm just not listening anymore. Oprah Winfrey's grandmother expected Oprah to follow in her footsteps and become a maid. Oprah knew, even as a little girl, that her dreams would take her somewhere else. She persisted in turning those dreams into her reality and became a media superstar, working in movies, books, magazines, theater, and most of all, television, where The Oprah Winfrey Show remains the highest rated talk show of all time. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. Watching fictional judges on television inspired Sonia Sotomayor to want to be a real-life judge when she grew up. She knew she'd have to speak English as well as she spoke Spanish, study hard in school, and manage her diabetes before she could one day wear a judge's robe with a gavel in hand. She persisted, eventually becoming a Supreme Court justice and the first ever Latina to sit on America's highest court. I have never had to face anything that could overwhelm the native optimism and the stubborn perseverance I was blessed with. So, if anyone ever tells you no, if anyone ever says your voice isn't important, or your dreams are too big, remember these women. They persisted, and so should you. The end. I hope you enjoyed reading She Persisted today. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more wonderful stories. Thank you for listening.
Remember, every day we're building Brilliant Bobcats because we are raising the bar by believing in ourselves, achieving our goals, and reimagining our future. We will conclude our announcements with our victory roar. Say it with me. Together we must believe. Together we will achieve. Together we are reimagining 901. Have a fantastic day of teaching and learning.